Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz. Sorry about the break-in videos. There was a lot of stuff going on personally, and I'll kind of go into that a little bit later in the video. But today I have a kitchen deep clean with me, a summer kitchen deep clean with me. So if that piques your interest, I highly suggest you subscribe, turn your post notifications on to all, that way you know whenever I upload, and let's get into today's video, shall we? So kicking off today's video, I'm going to be putting the dishes away that are on my drying rack here in the kitchen, and then I'm going to get into cleaning the counter, that counter space, and then hand washing some dishes and moving some things out of the kitchen as well, which you'll see in the next upcoming clips, just getting things off of the stove, around the stove, and just to give me access to clean the backsplash surrounding the stove and before I, deep clean behind it and all of that jazz. Also, that knife set you just saw me take off of the counter, that is the Ninja Never Dull knife set that my husband got. He actually bought it off of TikTok shop on a severe discount, and it is an amazing knife set. I loved my cuisine art knife set, but I ended up giving that to my niece. She actually needed a knife set for her apartment, so it worked out really well that we got the new knives when we did. And my husband is just really obsessed with Ninja. And that rack you saw me take off of the stove, that's actually where I put some of the overflow spices, like our Kinder spices and stuff like that, specialty ones, and our big salt and pepper containers that are Earth in Hand, and like our measuring cups and stuff like that. So now moving on to obviously the backsplash and the countertop. I'm using the Whitney scent of a multi-surface spray. You've heard me talk about it. It's from Maison and Muse. I love this line. I also have the candle, which is called Grace, and it's a fig and wildflower. It just smells so good. I burn that on the stove, and I also have it under my candle warmer in the living room as well. And as you see, I am putting the dish rack back up because I am going to be hand washing some dishes, just so you can see, and I'm going to be cleaning the sink after hand washing these dishes as well, so you can just kind of get into the flow of what I do. So I have a single basin sink here in my kitchen. It's a apartment grade kitchen, obviously in our apartment grade sink, and we reside in a less than 900 square foot apartment, so I kind of have to make do with what space I have here in my kitchen. So if you also live in an apartment, you know the struggles that I deal with. Eventually I'll have a double basin sink, and I'll be so excited for that. But what I do is I turn on the hot water and I will wash the dishes, and then once I have washed all of them thoroughly, I will rinse them off with the cold water. And that's why I leave the stream on. I know people are like, don't leave your water on, but that's what I have to do in order to wash my dishes. So here, this is actually my spoon rest that I leave next to my coffee maker, and I'm switching that out after I clean this for my ceramic one. All of my spoon rests that I have, except for the big marble one on my stove, they are all Earth in Hand by Magnolia, and I got them from Target. The big marble one I actually got at TJ Maxx to flow with the rest of the marble and the stone that I have here in the kitchen. And I don't know if they carry it anymore, but they also have other alternatives of marble spoon rests there as well. This utensil, kind of like my brushes and where my hand soap sits, that's also Earth in Hand. I have a gray one as well, but I really love the cream one, and it matches the cream utensil holder that I have on the other side of the stove. And I got both of them on a really good sale. This is a vinegar gel spray that is from Mrs. Meyer's, and it's the apple blossom scent. I didn't realize they had another scent when I bought this one, and I was so excited that they did, because the lemon verbena one is so overpowering. And I also got the baking soda cream cleanser, which you're going to see me rub that on the sink as well. And it just gives it a nice shine once you're done cleaning it. What I do is I just wet my sponge a little bit in between. That way I can get it really, really nice, like deep clean on the stainless in the sink, and following, obviously wiping it in and giving it that nice clean, I will wet the sponge, and then I will go in with a wet towel, which is what I'm doing right here, and just wiping down the remnants off of the sink, just to give it a nice shine and make sure that it's sparkling clean. I'm gonna win your love, coming to get you, dying to feel your touch, wish me the best of luck, coming to get you, wish me the best of luck, trying to steal your hand, coming to get you, coming to get you, coming to get you. All right, so now I'm gonna sweep the main part of the floor before I start moving some things out. This is also going to be a part 1 of 2 parts for kitchen deep clean. You're not going to see me pull out the fridge. I'm going to do that in the next video. And I'm also going to pull out my coffee bar. It's actually a 2-piece hutch. The other part I ended up putting in storage, and the bottom part I left out, and I'm going to be pulling those out in the next portion of this video, just so I can clean underneath there, because I'm sure it's probably nasty. As what I saw underneath that little shelf that has our bread box on, yeah, there was a lot of stuff that needed to be taken care of, and it was kind of gross. As you can see, what I just swept up on the main parts of the floor, yeah, it needed it. In my O-Cedar mop, the double basin one, I have the Pine Allen. It's like a floral scent, and I got it off of Amazon, and you can get a big jug. I just got a small one. I believe it was $2.97, and then I also have some multi-purpose vinegar cleaner in there with some hot water that I boiled in my tea kettle on my stove, just to make sure it was nice hot water before I mopped. So this past month has kind of been a little rough and a little all over the place for me. I had a heart monitor on for about a week to figure out what is going on with me, and I also had a pretty significant death that affected my sister-in-law and my nephew. That was really rough to deal with, and it's really sad to see that my nephew is going to grow up without his dad, because his dad unfortunately was killed in a accident. And yeah, that's kind of taken a lot out of the family, and just being there for my sister-in-law and for my nephew. And obviously I have health things going on, and then there's a whole other thing that I don't want to talk about that's going on that's just really private. So there's just been a whole lot of chaos going on, and we also had a camping trip, and it just, yeah, a lot of things unfolded after that camping trip. But anywho, now I am, as you saw, I just mopped underneath where that bookshelf went, and now I am mopping the wall that is behind where our bench seat sits for our island. I also want to let you guys know that we might be moving. I'm fingers crossed that it happens. We might be moving into a bigger apartment where we currently reside, and this has been 10 years waiting to be able to move into a bigger space, and I am very hopeful that it will happen, and so is my husband. So now that I've mopped the main part of the floor, this is when I'm going to work over on the other side of the stove. And I'm going to take all these things off, as you are seeing right now, and I'm going to be wiping down that part of the backsplash and that part of the countertop before pulling out the stove and seeing what is underneath it. And again, I'm using the same cleaner throughout this video, unless it is the cabinets. I am using the Maison & Muse in the Whitney scent. It is guava and elderflower. So just a little side note, I am only spraying the cabinets that have nothing underneath it, and then I am spraying the actual rag that I'm wiping down the faces of the cabinets with. This is with the Everspring wood cleaner, and it's a lemon and mint scent. It smells very good, and I highly recommend it. All of the cleaning products I'm using in this video I got from Target, and they are easily accessible to those that do have a Target near them. And I will be wiping down the bottom cabinets after as well. I don't know if you see it in this video. You might or maybe I didn't have the camera rolling at the time, but I know I should have waited for my husband to move it, but my husband was at work and I moved the stove. Thankfully, underneath the stove wasn't that bad, as you just saw. So now I have access to the backsplash behind the back of the stove. Our countertop kind of looks a little funky because we actually had a flat top stove when we first moved in, and it ended up dying. So what they did is they replaced it with the one that we have. And I'm very thankful they did because the stove works really well. Our old one was great. It was just really different to use because I had never had a flat stove like that before. And as you see, real-time use of my camera here. I am wiping down the remainder of the backsplash before I start sweeping and mopping that area that is underneath the stove. I was pleasantly surprised at how semi-clean this was underneath our stove, because I like to do this during each season. So I'll do it in the spring, summer, fall, and winter. I will pull out the appliances and I will clean underneath them. I don't know if everybody does that, but I do like to do it. I would like to do it twice in a season, but it all depends on how much time I have and how tired I am, because unfortunately with everything that's kind of going on with me, I'm suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, so I get very tired very fast, and it's just something that really bothers me. Also with restless leg syndrome, my legs tend to get bothered a little bit after a while, especially if I'm like sentient. So me moving around helps, but at the same time I tire really fast. Those with autoimmune issues, you know, but those that don't suffer from them, it's something that I take on a day-by-day basis.
Smiling like that, I could never resist it. Smiling like that, I could never resist it. Smiling like that, I can never resist it.
All right, so now I'm going to clean the top of that bookcase. I just sprayed the rag. This is a simple bookcase that I got from Target, and one of the 3-shelved ones, you can get it. It's one of the room essential ones. I just needed more storage. When we hopefully move into that new apartment, I won't have to have this in the kitchen or the bookshelf next to it, because that kitchen will have a pantry, and I'll actually have a galley style kitchen, which will be different because then we won't need an island, and we will actually have a dining room table, which will be really nice for us to have because it's something that we haven't had in a very long time. We switched to an island because primarily at one point it was just my husband at home or me at home during meals, because that was when I worked second shift. And now that I'm on days and he works just weekends, we're home together for dinner. So it will be nice to sit down and have dinner as a family in the future, and it's something that I'm really, really looking forward to. And that will be amazing if we do get it. So fingers crossed that it will happen, and it is something that will just make our space so much better as a family. So now moving on to the stove, I am going to clean the glass, and I'm also going to clean the glass on the microwave as well after you see me do this. And then I'm going to work on cleaning the sides of the stove, the top portion of the stove. You're going to see me take the burners off and all of that and just do a nice clean. I'm not going to do the oven cleaner. You're going to see that in the next video. So I'm going to do the self-clean cycle on the stove while I clean underneath the fridge. So you'll see that in my next video next Monday. That way I have enough time to do it next weekend, because next Friday is going to be busy. So that way I can just, take care of the things on one of my days off after, all the stuff we have going on next weekend. But this is an electric stove, so anybody with an electric stove, you can take out your burners, you can take out your drip pans, and you can actually flip the top up and it locks. That way you can clean underneath if anything gets stuck. I highly recommend you do it if you do have an electric stove. So again, taking the same cleaner, and I'm going to spray the top and wipe that down. I'm also going to take the knobs off, and I'm going to clean the face of where the buttons are and all that, just to make sure that everything is disinfected nice and clean. And then I'm going to lift up the top after wiping down the sides, and I'm going to use a sponge to get some of the like just junk that gets underneath there. You see those dark spots? That's where I'm working the sponge in, and I'm going to go back with that cloth and wipe that down just to make sure that everything is clean and everything is nice before I push the oven back in. And yes, I should have had assistance doing this, but the oven's not very heavy, so I have the ability to move it back and forth, which is great. Now with the knobs and all of the drip pans, I'm going to put them in the dishwasher. I also took the filter out, and I took the little like thing next to the filter or around the filter off. That way I can run a cleaning cycle in the dishwasher. I used one of the Cascade cleaning pods just to make sure that the dishwasher can clean. And then I wipe down the face of the dishwasher as well. Now moving on after this, obviously washing my hands, I'm going to be going back to mopping the kitchen. And just to give it a nice overall before I finish my video for my deep clean for you today, just to make sure that everything is thoroughly clean and thoroughly just underneath the kick plates and all of that, just to make sure our kitchen smells nice and florally and everything is disinfected the way that I like.
I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily.
Alright everyone, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's kitchen deep clean with me. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, say hi, and I will see everyone in my next one. Bye you guys.